Fallen Stars, a memorial reflection. Today we're not here to speak about monsters. We're here to speak about men. Men who wore a uniform, men who carried responsibility, men who believed they were walking into a rescue mission and never walked back out. Edward Dewey, 26. Edward was a pilot, a steady hand in the air, the kind of man you trusted without thinking twice when the engine started and the ground fell away beneath you. He was big in stature, but gentle in spirit, someone who loved to dance, someone who carried a quiet warmth beneath the tactical gear. After the crash in the Arklay Mountains, he was hurt, alone, still trying to survive, still trying to do his job. He didn't die in glory. He didn't die in formation. He died fighting to live. And he deserved to be remembered not as the first casualty, but as someone who would have flown his team home if he'd been given the chance. Speyer, 29. Forrest was precision, discipline, control. A marksman who understood patience, a driver who loved the road, a professional who showed up prepared. He reached the mansion grounds. He made it through the forest. He stood on open air, on a terrace that should have meant safety. And in that open sky, he fell. Forrest didn't panic. He didn't run. He fought what no training could be prepared for him. He died as he lived, steady, focused, doing his job. Kenneth J. Sullivan, 45. Kenneth was more than a point man. He was a scholar, a chemist, a man who understood science at its deepest levels, and who will choose to put it on a tactical vest and walk into danger. He gardened, he trained dogs, he cultivated life in his free time. And yet, when the time came, he stepped through the doors of the mansion first, because that was his role. He entered ahead of the others. He took the risks so they wouldn't have to. He was the first to fall inside the mansion walls. And there's something sacred about the one who goes first. Richard Aiken, 23. Richard was young. He smiled easily. He carried the radio. He carried connection. When tension filled the air, Richard lightened it. When silence threatened to settle, he broke it. He kept the lines open between teams. He made sure no one felt alone out there. And yet, in the end, he died inside the mansion, his voice eventually fading from the airwaves. Different paths tell his final moments differently, but every path leads to the same truth. He never stopped trying to help. Enrico Marini, 41. Vice captain, leader, survivor. Enrico carried command like weight on his shoulders. Responsibility was not something he avoided. It was something he absorbed. He survived longer than most. He kept searching. He kept thinking. And when he uncovered the truth that betrayal was already inside their ranks, he paid for that knowledge with his life. He did not fall to infection. He fell to treachery. There's a particular tragedy in that. Joseph Frost, 27. Joseph had energy, a spark, a competitive edge. Recently promoted, proud of the responsibility placed on him. He worked on engines. He kept vehicles running. He wore a bandana like a signature. He died in the forest before ever reaching the mansion. His death forced the others toward shelter, toward the nightmare waiting inside. He did not hesitate. He stood his ground. 6 men: Edward Dewey, Speyer, Kenneth Sullivan, Richard Aiken, Enrico Marini, Joseph Frost. They were not myths. They were not just files and an incident report. They were teammates, professionals, human beings. Before the mansion incident became legend, it was a call for help, and those men answered it. May we remember them not only for how they died, but for who they were when they lived. Thank you.